Note to self: don't sound like the Irish guy on HITC Sport again. Oh, hello, welcome back to HITC Sport, NFTV Extra. Okay guys, as you can see, it's me. I'm back with another stats video, much to the displeasure of you all. But yes, like it or not, I am back. So today we will go through the club's best incoming signing for every season since the 2010-11 season, based on their win percentage for the club. There might be one or two surprises going into this one, so here goes. 2010-11, Dan Gosling, 50%. Yeah, Dan Gosling, he hardly played that much, only 36 appearances during his time at Newcastle, predominantly played in the Europa League, made cameo appearances in the league, but out of the 36 appearances that he made for the club, 18 of those games were wins. Believe it or not, Sol Campbell actually came second from that group of players with a win percentage of 37.5. 2011-12, Yohan Cabaye, 46%. Yeah, no real surprises on this one. Of course, Cabaye was a huge fan favourite whilst he was at the club for 2.5 years. But of course, this was the season that we saw Demba Ba and Papis Cisse both arrive at the club. Pretty much a deadly duo, but Demba Ba only got a win percentage of 41% whilst he was at the club. Cabaye excels that massively, with 43 wins coming from his 93 appearances at the club. 2012-13, Yoan Gouffran, 51%. Yes, this was the season that saw the French Revolution take hold at Newcastle. Of course, the scouting team seemed to have a certain fondness to bring in French players. Did it work? No. Of course, there were other French signings from that season, like Roman Amalfitano, Mathieu Debuchy, Mapo Yanguambiwa, Masadio Haidara, and Moussa Sissoko. This was also the transfer window that we signed Kevin Ababu. Massive mistake to let him go. He's now playing really well at Wolfsburg. But Yoan Gouffran, 127 appearances he made for the club in total. 65 of those were wins. That makes 51% of a win percentage. 2013-14, Loic Remy, 52%. Yeah, the 2013-14 season, there were only 3 signings. Do you think I would choose Loic Remy, who would, played regularly, had a really good season on loan at St James's Park? There was Luc de Jong, who seemed to have an allergy to goals. Alternatively, there was also Olivier Kamen, who made only 3 unused sub-appearances for Newcastle and is now playing for Chamois Norte as a bench warmer in Ligue 2. For Loic Remy, he had a pretty good season. It was just a shame that he couldn't make that move a permanent. He attracted the likes of Chelsea, and that is where he ended up, and he's now playing for Lille in Ligue 1, and even scored at Stamford Bridge earlier this season in the Champions League. But 14 wins from his 27 appearances for Newcastle brings it to a win percentage of 52%. 2014-15, Jamal Lascelles, 51%. Yes, this was the summer where we brought in Cardalo and Jamal Lascelles from Nottingham Forest, and then we sent them back out on loan. So this is the transfer window that we actually bought them in. This is what I'll use instead of when they became new players the following year. But this was also the transfer window that we signed Ayoze Perez, and believe it or not, Jack Colback excelled his win percentage by 5%. But as for Jamal Lascelles, 68 wins from his 133 appearances for Newcastle, 51%. 2015-16, Henri Saivet, 50%. Do I really have to talk about Henri Saivet? 4 wins from 8 appearances, had 1 good moment, that was when he scored a free kick at West Ham, but other than that, did nothing else. Next! 2016-17, Ashraf Lazar, 60%. Yeah, you heard that right, 60% for Ashraf Lazar. That is the highest win percentage on this list. Every Newcastle signing for the last 10 years, and the one player that has the highest win percentage in matches for the club is Ashraf Lazar. Kind of similar to when Sam Allardyce has a 100% record as England manager. Ashraf Lazar, 6 wins from his 10 bastard games. And now that he's moved on, who can forget that his strongest position, of course, was selfies on Instagram. 2017-18, Islam Slimani, 50%. Yeah, this is getting a bit far-fetched, but they did play at least one game. But Islam Slimani, 2 wins from 4 appearances. The wins against Huddersfield and Arsenal in March and April 2018. Of course, we decided not to make his loan move permanent at the end of the season. He showed all the mobility of a paralysed tree. 2018-19, Miguel Almiron, 40%. Right, this is more like it. There were a total of 7 signings that we made in the 2018-19 season. Miguel Almiron gave us so much excitement, so much improvement. Before he came to the club, we just looked bereft of ideas whenever we went forward. Almiron, though, gave us that bit of excitement, and thankfully 19 wins from his 47 games so far in a Newcastle shirt. That makes him the best signing that we made in that season. 2019-20, Andy Carroll, 53%. Yes, Andy Carroll can't play full 90 minutes, but seems to come off the bench and does a good job when he comes off it. Of course, most of you probably assumed that Alan Saint-Maximin would have been up there. He has a win percentage of 48% while at the club, narrowly coming second to Carroll. Carroll, though, has made 17 appearances this season, and 9 of those have ended in victory. How can we forget that win against Manchester United when he came off the bench and Matty Longstaff just came in, does what Matty Longstaff does best. So that is it, guys. That is it. Thank you very much for watching. That is the end of the video. Let me know what statistical topics that you want me to cover next. I'm more than happy to try and go into the world of numbers. I really love getting myself lost in that world of football statistics. So let me know what you want. I'll try and deliver. And that is it for now. Take care of yourself, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye for now.